Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Soulight Hypnotherapy. My name is Kirsten and I have a little Trump update. It's not really a Trump update, but it's a reading about the release the memo. Release the memo. So I woke up this morning wondering what's up with all this memo talk. And so I wanted to know how this memo, this Nunes memo, we'll call it the Nunes memo, is going to affect the Mueller and the Russian investigation, the investigation of obstruction, conspiracy, collusion, whatever the legal term is. And I want to know how this memo released will affect the FBI and our justice system. And I want to know how the memo will affect, if it's released, Nunes and the Republican Party. So those are the three questions that I posed to the cards. And before I get started, please hit the like button. Please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, Soulight Hypnotherapy. And please comment. I love your comments. And if you'd like a personal reading, my information will be in the description box below. So now let's get started. I've given you the questions. How will the Nunes memo affect the Republicans, Nunes, Mueller, the investigation, and the FBI, our justice system? And in this spread, I have two cards that represent the overlying issue, the shared energy, and then this row represents the Republicans, this row represents Mueller and the investigation, and this row represents FBI, justice system, and America. Okay? And I'm using the Wheel of the Year Tarot, the La Vera Sibilla, and the Sibilla Indovina. Let's begin. So, the Six of Pentacles is the theme clarified by the Ace of Spades. Okay? And I'll just, even though she's reversed, I'm going to hold her up, okay? Just so you guys can get a visual. So, Six of Pentacles as a theme talks about the good trust and the faith of our institutions. In this card, there is not a scale, but in the traditional white Rider-Waite, the Six of Pentacles does have a justice scale. So it's about karmic justice, you getting what you deserve, or maybe a need to balance things out so you can get what you deserve. So this card is talking about the trust and the good faith of our institution to dole out justice is the theme. And the Republicans are looking to gain help and support because they think that by releasing this memo, that it will soften the blow, and ease up the investigation towards Trump and towards the anything that's directed at them. So it's really a last-ditch effort. And when I pull a card out, it's because that's the meaning of the card. I'm saying the meaning of the card here, and I'm just pulling it tying it together. It's really a last-ditch effort on their part to not want to deal with the bad news or the bad consequences that are coming their way through justice. Okay? And with this card, this help and support that they're seeking to get, it's just a short-term fix, okay? It's going to feed them today, but not tomorrow. So that's the theme. Now, let's go to the Republicans here, represented by the Three of Cups. So they're all in collusion, not all of them, but you know what I mean. That for the most part, they have a lot of support. They're supporting one another. They're supporting Trump. And there's a rejoicing and shouting out for the release of the memo, shouting out in agreement, in unison. Release the memo, you know, like it's a, it's like a spirit cry for their team. And they're very proud and happy to have it released, to have it break out. So know that. They're glad about this. And as a party card, it means people coming together, joining together. So it's a mob-like, you know, mentality. The Seven of Wands, and I'll get into these lower cards, and you know, I'll tie them all together. The Seven of Wands is Mueller's card and the investigations card, depicted by the Seven of Wands here. And you see these men are sandbagging the territory to keep it safe, to keep it from getting muddied by the dirty waters of the swamp. This is the swamp, guys. This is the true swamp. And they're preventing this muddy water from tainting their territory, from tainting any evidence, from tainting their themselves, their reputations. And someone's very wise, being very cautious. That's Mueller. He's being very cautious. He knows what they're doing, and he knows what they're trying to do. He's very much aware of this tactic and is already prepared for it. Okay? So Seven of Wands. Let me pull out the traditional Rider-Waite in addition to, because I love the imagery in this deck, but at the same time, this is the understanding that I have through tarot was based on, the imagery and the symbolism in the Rider-Waite deck. So let me just pull that out real quick. Six of Pentacles I'm looking for. Sorry. I'm usually more prepared. Five of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. Well, we don't really need to bring them all out, but just the ones where I want to show you the symbolism. I'm just looking for that Six of Pentacles. Three of Cups. Here we go. Six of Pentacles. So you see he has a scale there, as I was talking about earlier. Oh, one more. Knight of Cups. My bad, guys. Didn't realize I was going to want to do this. But I do. And so I will. Come on, Knight of Cups. Where you at? Would be the last card I get, right? Here he is. Yeah. Yeah. Love the imagery in this deck. It speaks to me, but the imagery in the original Rider-Waite, I think, tells a lot as well, and it's going to help me better tell this story. So, all right. So, Seven of Wands. You see how in this card there's a fight, there's an attack by many people, and you have to stand your ground, stand in your beliefs, and stand in the truth and in your integrity, and not back down. And in doing so, you greet the challenge, you greet it with confidence, and after the struggle, you will come out victorious. That is a victory card here. It means you're going to go through a struggle, but you will have victory if you do not back down. Mueller's not going to back down. He's got the Seven of Wands. Amen, Mueller. I love that man. Okay, so Mueller and the investigation will be attacked. This is a Five of Wands here, and this is in the Rider-Waite. See, there's like an attack here, or opposed, right, by the Republicans, by the Three of Cups here, and with the intention to smear, to dirty, or taint their reputations and the investigation and the evidence depicted by the Ace of Pentacles here. A Pentacle card always, in tarot and in any paper card in Sibylla, anything with a piece of paper on it, represents evidence and proof. There's literal evidence, documentation, and proof. And so they don't want, he's going to fight to maintain the evidence. And and like I said, he's gonna win out over this challenging attack and be victorious in the end, because he's prepared for it. He's been prepared for it, right? He's already 10 steps ahead of you guys. But boy, he's gonna have a fight though. It's gonna get ugly. And like I said, our current government, the president and his boys, they're the swamp that needs to be drained. And Mueller's the man to do it. Okay? Next card we have is the Five of Wands. You know, again, just the same imagery. Kind of depicts more of an attack. But here it talks of alliances and strength. And it can be a truce, it can be an agreement, as well as an opposition and a competition. All right, and so that's why I love this card, because it gives me more nuance. This represents the FBI. This represents our justice system. This represents America. So America's under attack. The justice system is under attack. The FBI is under attack. Specifically, two men go arm in arm to entice, to please, to make nice with the mob, to request nicely, that they don't release this damaging, potentially very damaging, and concealed classified information. Okay? Casa card talks about concealment, and Casa always represents the White House, the government, the presidency, our law institutions, our justice institution. It's next to the Justice card. So they want to, they're demanding that these legal classified documents be released. So you guys already know the story. I'm just giving you the framework of the cards. So two men are going to be working arm in arm, asking, requesting that this not happen, but they're not going to be taken serious. The Knight of Cups isn't always taken serious. As a lover, he could be flaky. He could just be out to seduce you. So the energy of the card is they're not being taken serious by the Republicans, by the White House, by the president. Their demand, their strong request is opposed and denied by the Speaker of the House, Speaker to the House, Paul Ryan. So let me get back to what the Five, because I jumped ahead. Because I like to go in rows. What the Five of Pentacles is, Five of Wands is talking about. Like I said, it represents the justice system and Chris Wray and Rosenstein fighting to release the to fight the release of this memo, to work out a nice solution. But like I said, they're opposed by they're not taken seriously, and they're opposed by Speaker Ryan, and they're opposed by Congress. And so they're going to see that this is an attack. This is an attack on them, and they're going to see this as an attack on them, and on their reputations can be smeared, tarnished, damaged by these accusations, by their lack of respect and the fact that they are not being heard or listened to. Okay, and they're very strongly opposing this. And let's go down back over to the Republicans, and then we'll finish out the story. This is going to be a quick reading. With the Justice card here, I don't know if I already said it, but Justice is going to go in. Justice goes in favor, right? And it's in the Republican side, so that, you know, could make you unnerved. What do you mean Justice is going to go in their favor? Well, Justice is a karmic card. And so you get what you got coming to you. You get what you deserve. So Justice plays out overall in the whole reading. So if the Republicans are being honest and upright, Justice will go in their favor, right? I laugh sarcastically. But if they're not being honest, Justice is going to go in the favor of Justice. And they're going to get what they deserve. And the question was, what will be the outcome to Nunes and the Republicans? Well, they're going to get what they justly deserve. In the outcome, at the end of this story, that's what they're going to get. To further clarify that outcome, we have the Cupid card reversed from Sibylla and Divina. So upright, it's about love and being favored. The reverse, it's you lose your love and you're no longer favored. It's one of its specific definitions is the conclusion of a story that has long been worn out and ready to come to an end. It comes to an end. There's cold feelings now. People will not look at them the same way. And they will be negatively, highly negatively affected in their job, in their money. They could be separated from their positions. Some of them will betray the trust of their comrades as a result. And like I said, divorce or this could mean divorce or separation from the White House, from their positions in the White House, from their positions in, their powerful positions in the country, because justice is going to be served. And that is the justice that they're going to get. This is the clarifier. So, there you go. Mueller in the investigation. Ace of Pentacles. The shiny, shiny pentacles. The reward. The successful outcome. He gets the prize. He gets the win. This is a win. This is a win. He will overcome. Don't worry. The memo is a blessing. It's a blessing. It's just going to increase the evidence. Coins are evidence. And the tangible proof of obstruction. What is this doing? This is obstructing this negative energy, this negative tainted water. So this is an obstruction card. It's just going to bring further increased evidence of obstruction of justice. The Justice card. By the president's extended family. Not only the president, but his extended family will be implicated in the obstruction. They will be implicated in the obstruction, legally implicated. And I think specifically Nunes and Speaker Ryan are going to be specifically implicated in the obstruction of justice. I would not be surprised if, because of their clarifier, or this clarifier in this row, if they don't end up having to get called in later before a grand jury in the near future, as a result of their complicitness. So, wow. It's crazy. So, like I said before, with the Knight of Cups, as the FBI and the justice system in America, the FBI wants to be, this is the Knight of Cups here, and we have the Knight of Cups in the traditional Rider-Waite, and see how he's the Knight in shining armor. And I just wanted you to see the shining armor, because I think it's a strong message that the FBI wants to show us, show America, that they are our knight in shining armor. And they're not going to back down either. They're going to fight not only for their own reputations, but they're going to fight for America. They're going to fight for democracy. I just want to take a moment here to say something. My last reading, I took a moment to say something to the Republicans. And in this reading, I'm going to take a moment to say something to the Democrats, because I feel like this is talking to the Democrats too. Love you, Democrats, but y'all have got to realize it's time to stop being Mr. Nice. Our democracy is at stake. Our system of government is at stake. We are under a systematic attack. The foundations are being eroded every day, and you guys got to stop talking. You got to stop being sweet. You got to stop being the nice guy. You got to stop trying to be the diplomat. And you're going to have to, just for now, you're going to have to start fighting dirty. You're going to have to start fighting the way the Republicans fight. And I say that because your clarifiers are the angry woman and the Eight of Spades, the weakness card, because you're being weak. I know you think you're standing up for justice, but all you're doing is talking. It's time to start taking some serious and angry action. The Republicans would have torn down the walls of the White House if Obama did a 16th, a 32nd of what Trump has gotten away with. And all you guys are still just talking. You're still just talking. Stop being so nice and start fighting. Get in the trenches and start fighting like a mad bitch here. Queen of Diamonds. She isn't happy, whether she's upright or whether she's reversed. She's just as angry either way. She's one angry bitch, and she will get you. Now, this is describing the FBI, and this is describing the energy that I feel the Democrats need to start portraying. Okay? If you're ever going to do it, you need to start doing it now. Now is the time, because now it's all at stake. All right? And you can go back to being nice guy after this is over. But right now, you guys need to put on your angry girl panties and knock them down. So, and that's to all of America as well. We're going to have to rise up and make sure we take back the House. Make sure we're in a position to impeach this president. And any injustice that we see in the voting, we're going to have to really be a mob like they are. Okay, I'm not saying to hurt anybody, but I'm just saying we're going to have to fight just as strongly as they're fighting, because they're striding. This is their last ditch effort. They're fighting to protect themselves. They're not going to back down either. So demand justice and stop being Mr. Nice Guy, Democrats. There's so much at stake here, and now is the time. But going back to the FBI, this being their clarifier, they realize now that that Trump and he's actually, I feel Trump is going to remain pretty silent about an outcry. I think there is going to be an outcry for Mueller to be fired as a result of his memo released. But I don't feel like it's going to actually come out of the mouth of Trump. He might agree with it, but the demand is going to be made by Ryan and by, certain Republicans as like a mob mentality. Okay, and that's the plan. But so I feel like the FBI guys, they realize that it's on, that they're fighting dirty, that they're fighting their reputations, and they're also, and when I say the Republicans or the Trump administration is fighting to smear their reputations, their integrity, the Ace of Pentacles, and also the honor and the safety of America. See how we're very vulnerable right now. And they want to protect us from any further harm. We're very vulnerable right now. So they know that this is a fight to keep America safe, and to clear, to show that their integrity, to clear their name, or to prevent them from being smeared any more rudely than they already are. They're going to fight for blood. The FBI knows how to do that, and they're going to do that. So hopefully the Democrats will get on the team. But I'm going to say this, and everything is going to be okay. And I feel like there's going to be alliance strength happening in truces, right? And I feel like the FBI or the justice system is going to realize the severity of this issue and the compromise that they're under. And like I said, this becomes more evidence. This is someone bringing news, bringing evidence. This becomes more evidence to the justice, to the investigation. All right? And you pissed the FBI off, guys. You pissed them off. You pissed them off, Ryan. You might be a target. Okay? And it's going to be the truth. If you got nothing to hide, you got nothing to worry about. Okay? If you got nothing to hide, you got nothing to worry about. But you pissed the wrong people off. I mean, it's a clarifier for Mueller. Why do I have it turned like this? Because it fell out like this. So I don't know if it's upright or if it's reversed. I'm going to read it both ways. So as an outcome from Mueller in the investigation, also a question I had at the end, I want to know what's the outcome from Mueller in the investigation, and then I wanted to know, okay, is Mueller going to get fired because there's going to be a strong outcry if the memo gets released. Now, there's a possibility the memo might not get released. They might be able to stay them off. They're gonna try. The FBI is going to try nicely to get them to not release this classified information. It's a possibility they might be able to do it, but if they're not able to prevent the release, and it's 10:30 now in California, they may have already released it. I don't know, 10:30 a.m. On February 1st. But if they're not able to prevent the release, it's going to cause problems for the country. It's going to cause delays and impediment to the investigation. Again, the strong outcry for Mueller to be fired, for the investigation to be thrown out. But with this card here, this means that the memo, it's called the gambler's card. So it's like I said, the last ditch effort. They're taking a risk, they're taking a gamble, they're going for it. Shit. So this card means that the memo was purposed to delay and to impede the investigation, to taint and smear Mueller's reputation. I've said this a million times already. But there's a shift, and something will fade at the last moment. Right now I'm just reading you the definition of the card. There's going to be temperamental outbursts, discomfort and hardships inserted into society, psychological and physical complexes, disorder, animated discussions, outrage, and the subject of moral integrity. That's the purpose of the memo being released, is to cause that chaos, to further break down the integrity of the FBI and of the Mueller investigation, of Mueller himself, and the justice system. And it's designed not only to do that, but it's designed to, I just read you the meaning of a card, it's designed to create angst, anger, temperament, emotion amongst the American citizens, and psychological damage, the smearing of reputations. Once that's done, once you smear someone's reputation, once that's done, they're never really truly cleared again. Even if they're cleared, there's always that smell that stays, that accusation. So the FBI knows that this is going to affect them long term, and that they have to fight this now. So they're going to viciously oppose this attack on them and on America. That's how they see it. Okay? That's how they see it. They may not express that. They may express themselves to be nice, but I'm going to let you know right now, Republicans, you're on their shit list. And they're not going down without a fight. So maybe you guys won't release this if somebody hears this reading. I'm giving myself too much credit, but if you look back on my previous reading, especially my first one, the Trump Part 1 and Part 2, it's been pretty accurate. So, but I've been wrong before. So they want to create stress, psychological discomfort, and distraction within our society, within the American society, resulting in a moral outrage to go against our knight in shining armor, the FBI and Mueller. Now, will they be successful in getting Mueller fired? That was my last question. And I got these two cards as my clarifiers, and I let them sit here on each side of the Mueller line to let them play out, into the rest of the reading. And it did. And I felt it rhymed very well in the way that I've used it. But CASA reverse talks about, like I said, concealment. I already told you. They want to release the concealed documents. But it also talks about being devoid of the love and protection of the family, of the government, of the White House. And they're no longer going to back this investigation. They're going to come against it full force. And crying for the ousting of Mueller in the investigation. And this is going to be hard and difficult for Mueller. But like I said, he's prepared for it. Legally, he's prepared for it. And in every other way, he's prepared for it. He's been prepared for it. And I feel like the White House, the Republicans specifically, and the administration is going to call, and I feel like Donald Trump's going to try to like stay in the background, is going to call for his resignation, for him to step down. And I think they're going to do this instead of Trump because they're going to be doing his dirty work. Why? Because they want to hide his shady dealings and foreign connections, which is what this card means: shady dealings and shady business connections. And we know he has business with Russia, so I just input foreign. But there's foreign matter in here too, so I feel, I've accurately interpreted this. It also says that there is possibility that the memo won't get released, which I already mentioned. But we'll see. If it does, then the reading will play out as I've mentioned. And if not, we'll have to do another reading from thereafter. We'll find out within the next 48 hours to 2 weeks. So we'll find out what's going to happen within that time frame, because this card always gives us a time frame. So within the next 48 hours to 2 weeks, this memo will be released. Actually, the memo is supposed to be released today, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe something else happens in the next 48 hours to 2 weeks. But with this card, to further clarify, it's good news. It's good news for Mueller. It's a positive outcome. Like I said, he gets the victory. He gets the prize. He wins out in the end. So I don't think they're going to be able to, I don't think he's going to step down. And I don't think they're going to be able to fire him. Oh, sorry, I had to take a call. So like I said, this is good news, a positive outcome for Mueller. And now I'm seeing, I feel like there's going to be, I think Mueller is going to release some evidence in the next 2 weeks, within the next 48 hours to 2 weeks. By Valentine's Day, I think some big new evidence is going to be released. So we'll see what that is. But he's going to surprise us with it. Like I said, he's prepared. Wow. So that's the reading, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you found it in some way insightful. And let's see what happens. All right. Blessings. Bye.